think about food and food consumption, and I welcome people to blog. If you send emails with your experiences either as producing or consuming the food or anything else to Sophie, that they will eventually get up there. As you know, this all started with Robbins and I writing, encountering the menus of George Sharp in the ephemera collection at the British Library. It was actually Robin who found the big scrapbook that started a kind of 10-year, not consistent, but a 10-year desultory, but sometimes very energetic journey to various archival places, including Turkey. Robin and I are thinking about this project and thinking about the directions it might take. And one of the ways we've been thinking about it is perhaps to include some of the material from here, for which we will give full credit, of course. So I just want to encourage you to email Sophie with 2 sentences or 5 pages or several different entries about Victorian food, about eating here, about Victorian recipes, trying to follow them, or chocolate sauce, how great it is. Any of the various topics that we've taken up today.
Those that are out of copyright, I want to put up the actual recipes on there so that we can have some kind of archive of that, of how we did that. We're going to be putting up the digital images of the menus that have been found of the Sharp's little scrapbook. We're also going to be putting up Helena and Robin's actual notes that they took down from, so actually sort of as they wrote them and transcribed them, which I think will have the dignity of originality. And so I think it's going to be an interesting kind of hybrid the way it's going to work out. And it's also going to have our recordings of our experiences. We've already got some things that Helena and I have written, and I hope that you all will contribute.
And one of the things that I just found really interesting, just from the cooking standpoint, and I know not all of you cook, was how to sort of manage a Victorian recipe, how to understand it, and how to understand the cultural context that that produced it, and how illegible these recipes are to us today, and the kind of compromises that, the moment where you throw up your hands and say, no, not one, what is it, piece of soda to make the beans green. I don't know what a piece of soda is. And there's this moment where you might research that, and then there's a moment where you might just cook the beans without it. So
we'll be green enough in the 21st century.
That's right. That's right. So I'm really interested in those kinds of experiences as well. Anyway, so thank you, and I look forward to further contributions.
And
if not more food.
Helena, thank you so much for hosting this. It was
It was my pleasure.